In the late 1970s, the Village Voice sent me to Studio 54 to photograph an awards presentation dinner for Lillian Carter, the president's mother. When the party was over and the regulars started floating in, I decided to stay. So I bought 10 rolls of Tri-X film from a photographer who was headed out the door. One of the first images I saw was the couple that's used on the cover of this book. The image reminded me of a pre-war Berlin cabaret, and I began to see images that reminded me of that era. During that time period, we saw gay liberation, women's liberation, and racial equality, and they all met up on the dance floor. A Wall Street guy dancing next to a transgender. There were no judgments on the dance floor. There was a new technology in sound system that shook you from the inside out. It overstimulated your senses. Just being in that room gave you a physical high. At the Mud Club and Haraz, the Lower East Side art crowd listened to the Sex Pistols and the Clash. Roseland had disco night. The Latin crowd showed off their flashy new clothes and dance moves. The roller discos were full of sweat and competition. It's one of the only places where it was actually cool to smile. Gigi Barnum was a transgender haven, and the Disco Bats performed on a trapeze above the dance floor. Paradise Garage was a huge open space with a legendary DJ, Larry Levan. By 1980, disco was dead. First, the IRS shut down Studio 54 for tax evasion. Next, there was a cultural backlash against disco music itself. Then, in 1980, the medical profession declared that what was called the gay cancer of the 70s was what we now call AIDS. The party was over, and people tended to shy away from the New York City nightlife. I'm just happy that I was there during this time with my camera to capture the last moments when disco had its day.